Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. This is Dr. Dubey, and we are going to talk today about the neuroscience of attention capture, health pathways, behavior change, and the power of doing nothing. Do you guys understand what is it? Power of doing nothing. You must have learned all your life power of doing all kinds of things, but today we're going to talk about the power of doing nothing. Okay, so let's go. Here we go. So imagine August 22nd, 2036, 10 years from here. Okay, if you do not change anything about your current behaviors that you have about phone use, right? Nothing is changed, and actually it may gradually increase. Then what will happen? What will happen to your sleep? What will happen to your attention? And what will happen to your physical health and to your relationships? Think about it. Okay, this is a very interesting opening reflection that I'm giving you. If 10 years you continue to use the phone the way we are using the whole world, what will happen to our sleep, attention, physical health, and relationship? Think about it. This is a universal problem. It's not just a for teenagers. We often say teenagers are hooked up with mobile. It's not just teenagers. It's common in everywhere is going on. Automatic use is common. People of every age pick up a phone for one task and remain there much longer than intended. Just imagine how many times that happen. Technology is useful, but it can create unhealthy patterns. The issue is not simply how many total hours we spend online. The issue is what does that time replace in our life? So what is the phone quietly replacing? Is phone replacing your sleep, your bedtime, your continuity? Is it replacing your recovery time? What about the phone doing something about your focus? What about the movement, walking, exercise, daylight? Is it taking some of the time away from the movement? How about your connection with your family and friends? Your presence, your conversation, your intimacy? Is it affected by the phone use? These are very important questions, guys. And you definitely need to look into it. And this is actually a metric of how you understand your phone use is healthy or not healthy. So if it is affecting your sleep time, if it is affecting your focus, movement, connection, and your downtime. You know what is downtime? Downtime is the time when you reflect, imagine, and you are bored. This is the time. Is the phone replacing all these five things? Think about it. So what happens? How does the phone work? The phone works that if you have a notification or you are bored or you are stressed, what will you do these days? In the past, you may have done all kinds of things, but now what happens when you are in stress or you are bored or you are having a notification? You immediately go and unlock your phone and scroll and refresh it. What happens? The phone is designed in a way that it will create novelty, some reward, connection, and escape from your problems. And then later, what will it will do? It will displace for your sleep, movement, focus, and recovery. And then what will that lead to? Again, fatigue, stress, reduce control. And what will that then go back to feedback loop is go again causes discomfort, and again you go automatic check, reward, relief. So this continues. So make sure you are not getting into this loop. If you are holding your phone for stress, be very careful because your brain is learning. Okay, your brain is learning what you're doing. So what problems may accumulate over the time if this pattern of phone use among teenagers and everybody remains unchecked? You may have delayed sleep, fragmented sleep, daytime sleepiness, attention and function, more interruption, reduced sustained focus. and decision fatigue may happen. And I'm telling you guys, as a psychiatrist, I see patients every day, and they're I can't tell you the 30-year-old, 40-year-old never diagnosed with ADHD and now telling me coming for ADHD evaluation. Suddenly there is a surge in ADHD and nobody knows why. Who knows that it could be a side effect of our technology or the way we are doing? The rise in the technology, surge in AI and all that. What is the cost we are paying for that? We don't even know. And then a continuous pattern of using phone could also lead to stress, irritability, depressive symptoms, emotional avoidance. I don't know if you have noticed somebody using too much phone. I have noticed when my son goes on iPad little longer, he gets irritable and he will emotionally avoid things. Physical health, if you have less movement, sedentary time, weight and metabolic risk increases. Relationship, when you are not present in your relationships, when you are not present, when your friend is talking, you're scrolling, when there is a lecture going on and you're scrolling, when you're in conflict, you're scrolling, it will affect your relationships. Okay. And definitely there are some research which is showing that use of phone. So there was a research which shows that if you are using a light emitting e-reader or you're using a printed book, so try to read books instead of the Amazon launched the e-reader and everybody became went so crazy about it. Well, it started delaying the circadian timing and it started suppressing your melatonin. Okay. And then it took longer for people to fall asleep and were less alert next morning, right? And there are some other studies which have shown that the people who use nighttime phone are associated with 51% higher odds of overweight in analysis. So how attention gets captured? When can a person know that scrolling is exhausting and still find it difficult to stop? Has it happened that it's I know some people they still on scroll, they're getting exhausted but still can't stop it. Why? Because like we talked about this loop, right? You have a vibration, you are bored, you pick your phone, you unlock it, you refresh, you scroll, and then you get some reward, some relief or something, and then your the brain learns it. You know what is this word salience mean? Anybody? Do you know what is this salient? There's a salient network in our brain. And this network works on what is important for you. So when anything becomes salient, becomes important, your brain always get you in front of you. So imagine you're thinking about buying Tesla car, and then now you will see Tesla everywhere because your salient network will give you what you want. So now if your brain is learning this cell phone behavior, and then you will always be your brain will always get you back to the cell phone. It will remind you, hey, use your cell phone. Okay. And the power of maybe next, that is very important. This research study by Dr. Skinner done that every response produces the same small outcome. The interest tends to decline when nothing changes. So if every outcome is producing same outcome, your interest in that will decrease. But what the cell phone technology is using, the people sitting in all these TikTok and Insta, they're engineers, thousands of engineers working all day on this. What they do, they will make it uncertainty. They will give you reward sometime, they will give you relief sometimes it's will nothing, and that uncertainty makes your brain keep checking, keep scrolling. It's a trick. So features that call attention back. Okay, what are those features created? And this is called design salience, your salient network in your brain. How does it get strained? Because of color and contrast. You will see red badges, vivid thumbnails. Then they will push cues, sounds, vibration, lock screen previews. Can you believe it? Even if the phone screen is locked, there is a preview that will get your attention. No stopping point, endless scroll, autoplay. social pressure, and low friction. So what the cell phone technology is trying to do, they're removing all the barriers for you to use your phone. They will create one tab, they will make biometric unlock and persistent login. You won't even log out. So what does that do? It makes it easier for you to use a phone instead of talking to your friend or doing something else. So this is a very good trick they are using to have this cell phone use, and then the economy and all that goes into it, right? They want us, so they designed this so that it can be addicting. You understand, you guys? If you do not know or don't pay attention to it, you will unknowingly become part of this whole thing. These features are not inherently evil, their purpose is engagement. And engagement can conflict with our intention to stop. So they are trying to be very, very engaging. Okay. So now ask this question, guys. Ask your question today. Am I opening my phone for a reason or for relief? If you are opening your phone for a reason, which is a clear purpose with a natural stopping point, like you're sending a message, you're using it for navigation, you complete a planned task, or schedule or document something, that is a reason you're using your phone. But what about you're using your phone for relief, a rapid escape from an internal state? When you are bored, standing in the line, when you're lonely, when you're feeling uncertain or anxiety, it's called scrolling and searching something. Avoiding a difficult task, when you have a difficult task, you don't want to, you stress, you just avoid it. Or numbing sadness, anger, or fatigue. Think about it. I'll give you 10 seconds. I'll count till 10. Think about it. When you use your phone, do you use it for a reason or for relief? And the countdown starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. I don't want to hear your answers, but you know that. Okay. The mechanism is shared vulnerability changes. So what is the mechanism? It's all common. These same mechanisms used for adolescents. What happens with adolescents? High reward and novelty sensitivity. But the problem with adolescent is that their executive control is still developing, right? Their reward system is developed, but their executive system is still developing. So what does that mean? When you drive the car, you push on the gas, reward, that is activated in adolescence, but when you have to press on the brake, that is not fully developed. So they keep going. In adulthood, oftentimes what happens when you have stress and you fatigue, it weakens your deliberate control. And when your control is weakened, you just pick up your phone and they have made it accessible. Work and family demands create constant accessibility. Use may become a default coping strategy. Ask this question to you. Has the phone become a default coping strategy for you? Even in older adulthood, connection and information can be highly beneficial. Isolation can increase emotional reliance. Sleep and cognitive vulnerability may amplify consequences, right? Now, three pathways that can interfere with sleep. Time displacement. The device delays the movement we try to sleep. That is very bad. And light and cardinal signals. The evening light can delay melatonin and circadian timing. So this blue light, okay, you must have heard about. It causes delay in your circadian rhythm and changes your circadian rhythm and delay your melatonin. So it's a very not a good thing for you guys. Mental and social arousal, content, messages, conflict, and novelty keep the brain engaged. So you're always aroused. Imagine you are giving your brain input, input, input all the time. Just imagine what is happening to your nervous system daily. You are accumulating a lot of impressions on your nervous system because your nervous system is absorbing everything, whatever you do, unconsciously or consciously. It's very important. And they are playing, these are this all okay, plays with your sleep. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do today, guys, we gonna introduce some friction. We're going to introduce some friction between you using the phone and between you and using the phone. Sorry. We'll introduce a friction, a pause between the urge and action. How? There is something called grayscale in your phone. If you use iPhone, you can go to the iPhone settings and go to the colors, and then you can start grayscale. What does it do? It reduces the visual salience. I talked about the salient network, right? That makes your brain think what is important. If you use grayscale, it will reduce the visual salience. Badges off, remove urgency cues, hide or delete, increase effort to reach the app. So, three top apps that you think you always want to use or you are like almost addicted, try to not just put them right in front. Create a friction, not have them access like just click and you can access it. Move them away. Create a friction. Create a physical distance at night from your phone. And a few seconds can interrupt your autopilot. So what is happening, guys? You have created an autopilot, right? So autopilot is what we have to interrupt. So this is a simple experiment for you guys. About 20 fewer minutes of daily screen time. I would like you guys to turn your phone to grayscale for 24 hours. Try that. Okay. In Android, you can go to color filter or color settings, and you will find a grayscale. If you use this, there is a study which found that if you use grayscale for 24 hours, your screen time will decrease by 20 minutes. Perceived control will improve. You will feel you are more in control. You're not like addicted to your phone. You will perceived overuse, vigilance, and stress will decrease. This study did not show that using grayscale will change the unlock frequency or sleep and productivity. The study could not evaluate that, but it did show that if you turn your phone to grayscale, so try using the day you want to do it just for 24 hours, try turning your phone to grayscale. And another activity, a 2-minute phone audit. Look into your phone, open screen time or digital well-being and see what is your daily average. You need to have this knowledge. If you're using your phone, see what is your daily average screen time. Find what are those top 3 apps, pickups or unlocks, and first use after waking. So 4 things you have to find. How much daily average time you're using, what are the top 3 apps you're using, how many times you pickups or unlocks, and how what time you use after you wake up, like how long does it take. Write these 4 numbers for yourself and then ask yourself, what is it replacing in your life? What else you could have done in those times? When you know your top 3 apps, try to make them little away, create friction. The cell phone industries try to decrease every friction they could so that you can use them. It's a trick, right? Change the setup, not only the intention. So you know what will happen? I know 19 people here, all of you will say, okay, I'm gonna have you have the intention, I'm not gonna use my phone too much today, right? You have the intention, but it just the
That
intention.
sounds like a great plan for staying focused and present.
Oh my
How
God.
can I help you today, hands-free?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, my phone just see, now the chat GPT start talking to me without even my permission. Sorry for that.
I apologize for the surprise. I am here to help, so just let me know if you need anything.
Oh my God. Can you believe that? I can't even turn this off. See, I myself is a victim of this technology. Okay, so change the setup. So why did we tell you about those setup things, grayscale and all those things? Because the cell phone industry has created so that there is no barrier in using. You may have a good intention of not using your phone, but with the way it's set up, it may your motivation and intention may not work. So that's why the setup is very important. So intention is useful, but defaults are more reliable. You will say, I'll resist every time it happens. It requires many decisions. Weekends, when you're tired and stressed, your motivation may decrease. It you know but if you change the default and you have fewer, then you won't have to make a lot more decisions. You can continue working on difficult days, you know and it's easier. So think about it, changing some settings on your phone. Protect the places where health is built. Where do you build your health? Your bedroom. When you go to your bedroom, it's this resting time for your nervous system, right? You have to think about using your phone there, right? You don't use phone as an alarm clock. Maybe get another alarm clock, right? Set a device parking time. Like your car, you park your device, park your phone. Meals and relationship, very, very important. When you are in your meals, do not use your phone. You have to pay attention to the food and you're eating. Phone in another room or basket. No face down, no face down phone on the table. You think you're gonna turn the face down of the phone and put it on table? May or may not work. Protect eye contact and conversation. Focus and memory. One task work blocks. Phone beyond arm's reach. Visible alternatives, books, shoes, or journal. So think about these healthy habits. Okay. Before I continue, I want to share something. And let me, my screen, I'll stop sharing this screen and let me share another screen before we continue. And uh, let's see, that is this. Okay, guys. Oh, not this one. 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Share my screen and go to share this. What's going on? It's only sharing this. Okay. Do you guys see this screen which says educational workshop? Aditya, do you see this educational workshop screen?
Yes, sir, we
Yes,
are
sir.
able
Yes,
to
sir.
see.
It's visible.
We are able to see.
Okay, so there is an educational workshop that Mighty Champions have designed for teenagers and adults. This workshop is currently $99. And what does it include? So that in this workshop, we train teenagers. It's a 21-day program in which the teenagers get one session every week, and there are three self-paced sessions and three sessions with the psychologist educator. And what do we teach in that? We teach about the research on the mobile phone industry, and we teach about the psychology, we teach about the blue light. And three sessions. First session is about attention capture and design research. It includes research by Skinner, gambling research, slot machine, and how does it. And then we have exercises. Then second week you have learn about environmental behavior change, and third week you will learn about default mode network. This is a guided uh, um, workshop that we have designed for teenagers. In this first session, first week, you will learn about friction insertion, and you will practice that. Second, and the grayscale activity. And then second week, you will learn about how dopamine receptor habituation and willpower research. All these things will be taught to teenagers and adults when they do this workshop. The third class will be about default mode network, and this we created this workshop. The workshop also includes some activity between conversation between parents and teen and your partners. Like if we did a screen-free Sunday, what feeling would come up first? What did your mind do today when the phone was away? So this is a workshop and it's $99. But today, anybody signs up the Mighty Champions program for $50, it comes free. Anybody use it today or tomorrow, it will be free for you guys. Just and Mighty Champions, Aditya, can you share www.mightychampions.org in the chat? So anybody wants to share with your loved ones, or anybody wants to do this workshop for themselves or their kids or anybody, they can do that. And it's free with $50 Mighty Champions program. Okay. So let's go to, can you see my screen which says the replacement list? Aditya, can you see my new screen? Does it say the
Yes, yes,
replacement
sir. Yes,
list?
sir.
Does it say the replacement list?
No, no, it's not a replacement list. It just shows the educational content draws from these peer
Okay.
reviewed.
Okay. I'll share my screen again. Sorry. 1 minute. So we'll start, we'll continue where we left, and we'll continue with our lecture. Here it is. So here, this is a very, very important activity. Everybody must do that. What are those 10 things you would actually consider doing if your phone were unavailable for a day? You really need to sit today and think about what are those 10 things you would rather do if your phone is not there. Will it be a walk? Will it be a stretch? A yoga class? Will you call someone? Well, that will be on phone. Will you cook something? Will you take a nap? Will you draw something? Will you read something? Will you organize your drawer? Or you will you organize your closet? Or will you water your plants? Will you just sit outside? What is that, those 10 things you will do if you do not have your phone? And then circle the three of them, the topmost, and then schedule one for you for tomorrow. We really need to find the replacement list, because what is happening is that with the phone use, we don't have our replacement list ready. And when we don't have that ready, we just thinking, what else I'm gonna do? I don't have anything else to do. Well, get your replacement list ready. So match the replacement to the need. If you are picking your phone for relief, what else you can do? You can do slow breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. You can take a shower. You can go for a brief walk. You can stretch. So if you're looking for relief, don't pick up the phone for relief. Do these things for relief. If you are picking up the phone for connection, instead of you scrolling, maybe you can call somebody directly. Flip flop, maybe use flip flop phones. No. Or you go and meet somebody, sit with someone, shared activity. Think about this. If you are using your phone for stimulation, listen to music, do a creative task, puzzle, new environment, right? If you are using your phone for rest, right? Take a nap, eyes closed, time outdoors. If you're using your phone for accomplishment, one 10-minute task, visible completion. A replacement fails when it ignores the function of the original, right? And as you guys know, our fellows must know that in fellowship, we talk about stop, breathe, choose, right? The cell phone technology is taking us away from this. And we are trying in preventive mental health education, we are trying to bring it back, which is, what are we trying to bring back? We are trying to bring back stop, interrupt the automatic reach, breathe, take one slower breath and feel the body, and then choose reason, relief, or avoidance, and then decide. Why do you want to use your phone? The aim is not to forbid the phone. The aim is to make the next action consciously that you're picking your phone. The power of doing nothing. Have you ever thought about it? What is the power of doing nothing? If every quiet moment is filled with input from phone, when does the mind reflect, integrate, imagine, and understand itself? Just think about it. So what happens is that when you are in waiting like in rooms, lines, or elevators, when you're walking, commuting, or driving, when you are taking a meal, family time, conversation, when you're in bedtime, these were all the time when you will be not doing anything, doing nothing, just relax. And that this time, what happens is that your default mode network, have you heard about default mode network? If not, please look into that. Default mode network is active when you're not doing anything. And it's a very, very important part of our brain because this is the time when you do self-referential thought. Well, you have self-referential thoughts. When you have autobiographical integration, when you plan simulation and planning for the future, when you create meaning in your relationship and narrative. And you know what's going, guys? How many of you have felt that this year we are already in August and it has gone by very fast? How many of you feel that? I guess most of you, everybody says, oh, time is going very fast. Why is time going very fast? Because we are not having any downtime. We are always doing something. And that is the cost of doing nothing. Autobiographical integration, that won't happen if you don't have a time when you're sitting doing nothing. How will you will not remember things in your life that has happened. Your son may have said something to your wife, your colleague, your partner, or things have happened around the world. It You may not integrate it in your life, and it will go very fast. We are paying a big cost of just giving inputs. And just imagine your nervous system, if we are constantly feeding it with inputs, how much of work you are doing from your nervous system. Boredom can be a transition, not an emergency. Low stimulation, mind wandering, new combinations, creative ideas. There is actually a research by Mann and Cadman which shows that participants who completed a boring task before a creative task generated more creative responses than comparison group. So if you're bored, you may create better creative ideas. You can also practice this very commonly. Actually, my laptop has this 3 minutes without input. Don't give any input to your brain. No phone, no music, no task. Place the phone face down or out of reach. Sit comfortably and let the eyes close. Notice the thoughts. Don't attach to your thoughts. Just notice it. Notice the sensation. Notice the urges. 3 minutes doing nothing. And the end, ask, did I choose the thoughts that were coming into your mind or did they arrive automatically? Because if you are not conscious enough, you're not observing your mind, then your brain, which is your instrument, is going to keep producing thoughts based on whatever input it has received, based on whatever the going in this whole world. Whatever your daily life is, whatever your past is, it's going to keep producing those thoughts. But if you become an observer and you see your brain producing thoughts, you can say, hey, I don't want those thoughts, not me. The true me is now in this present moment, not in the past. But the brain has stored the past and you are using your brain to live the life. So it's going to keep bringing all kinds of things. Think about it. And 20 minutes sit. In this 20 minutes, just sit down, do nothing and see what happens. Are you restless? Are you having urges to check something? Are you planning? Are you discomfort? And then next 5 to 15 minutes, look into your thoughts, memories, emotions, and then observe. Notice what is present without demanding a result. A 30-minute, 20-minute sit down. The questions that reduce defensiveness. Which 3 apps would be the hardest to give up? If we tried a screen-free half day, what feeling would come up first? What did your mind do today when your phone was away? And guys, if your phone use is causing repeated and you cannot control it with repeated unsuccessful efforts to cut down, persistent sleep disruption or daytime dysfunction, decline in work, school, relationships, or self-care, use in hazardous situations like you're driving and you still can't stop it, escalating conflict, secrecy, or continued use despite harm, you may need to seek professional help. Okay? And our workshop is not a professional help. The workshop that I told you about is an educational workshop. We are not therapists, we are educators. You feel free to come to our workshop, but don't think we're going to do any therapy. We will tell you the educational activities that you can do, the activities you can do to help with your phone screening. So, what 24-hour experiment you guys can do before you leave today? Think about grayscale for one day. Think about charge your phone outside the bedroom and use the alarm clock. Think about device-free meals. Think about the one app or maybe three apps which are you're totally hooked on, and try to move them away from your eyesight and create a friction and create a 20-minute no input. So these are the four things you should do. And we're gonna create the summary of this talk and we'll send it to you. So you will all have all this with you. And define, when will I do it? Where will the phone be? Will you replace it? And how will you observe the result? You should think about it. 5 ideas to take with you. Attention is shaped by design, learning, emotion, and context. The most important cost may be what the phone repeatedly replaces in our lives, like we talked about. Nighttime use matters because sleep is a central health pathway. How your sleep will be disrupted will create more health problems. Change cues, distance, defaults, and replacement. Not only motivation. I know you guys all have good motivation. Oh, I'm going to do this and that. It may not work. Protect unstructured time so the mind can reflect, integrate, and imagine. Find that time for yourself. And these are some citations, and we are all set. I know I went really fast, but so yes. So anybody, I'm up for questions. If anybody has any questions, go ahead. Any feedback? Dr. Bhaskar. Yes, Crystal. Crystal, go ahead.
Yes. Yes, sir. While you were speaking about the grayscale,
Hmm.
I called my daughter who is 18-year-old
Huh.
and I changed her to grayscale.
Huh.
And what was her response?
Oh my
Mama,
God. Huh?
I can't live in this grayscale. I need colors. Now, how
Yeah.
do we deal with this?
It's an experiment. Just do it for 24 hours. You have to live with grayscale for one day, or maybe do it 30 minutes at a time.
Okay.
Because what is
Maybe.
happening, the colors are training your brain and making it
Hmm.
feel like important. So
Hmm.
I'm not saying use all the things that I talked about, but there are certain things, especially
Hmm.
with this color is also, in the nighttime, it's very bad for your eyes. Sorry, for melatonin, you know,
Ah,
and it can
yes.
disrupt your sleep and so many physiological things goes on there. Okay.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Shivam, this is Sudhir.
What is it, sir?
This is Sudhir Bhaskar.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. How are you, sir?
fantastic topic. Great content, great ideas. Thank you
Thank you.
for putting it together. You know,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
maybe
you.
if we truncate just a bit so that people can absorb more ideas.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
fantastic. Thank you for doing that. That's very
Okay.
nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks for your feedback.
absolutely.
Yes. Any of our fellows have any questions about anything about the content or any feedback you have for me? And feel free to share with anybody for doing the Mighty Champion Teenagers, because we are offering this workshop, 21 workshop, along with the Mighty Champions program. Okay, so um, If nobody has any questions, then I can end this session. Sir, it was really good and informative, and we'll do the practice session. Okay, great, Abhilasha. Thank you, Abhilasha. Dr. Cox had to hop off. Okay. Sometimes for reason and sometimes for relief. Yes, yes. Yes, just think about it. Why you using it? Relief or reason. How about Dr. Harshini? Dr. Harshini, do you have any question for me?
Sir, actually, we know the mobile or this technology is like a double-edged sword. It's
Hmm.
harming the people, but the other person is not open to listen. In such times, how to convince them that it is harming them? Most of the people will are not open to listen. They
Yes.
they will defend themselves that it's the
Yeah.
right thing. It is inevitable to
Yes, yes.
avoid that.
You are right, but I'll give you an example. Okay.
Okay,
So,
sir.
what if you are given a nutrition lecture on nutrition? What if you are
Okay.
giving a lecture on mindfulness? What if you are giving a lecture on daily hygiene and all those kind of educational, things we are given? How much of we practice that? We may not practice it, but the education is the key, because the
Okay.
time they will feel that something is wrong, they will use this education. So education has to be given. You are not may
Okay.
not be using your calculus trigonometry that you learned in mathematics, but the
Oh,
education is given. You know that you can do it. Now at least you
okay.
know there is a gray scale. Now at least you know
Okay.
that it's replacing those things in your life. So it's your brain is not feeded with this education. This is the purpose of this education program. We have
Oh,
to give more and more education to people. So at
oh,
least our voice is also heard, at least.
oh, okay, sir.
So all of you, all the fellows who are here, just think about it. We can share, and you guys can actually do it for others. You can run this. It's a very, you can run this talk to others. I want you to give these talks to others. That's what this training is about. Because it's not about that they will certainly do it, but at least they will know the research. They will know what the cell phone is trying to do. They know that you are in a trap, right? So when problem happens, you at least have some solution. So you will think about it. That is the purpose, because you are
Okay, sir.
totally into it. So it will be really difficult for you to convince your child to have grayscale and this and that, right?
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
I
you.
appreciate your talk. I also want to, this talk remind me of my MSc project, Internet Addiction
Okay.
among university graduates
Hmm.
and personality. So I discovered that loneliness
Hmm.
also makes people to scroll their phones. There's
Yeah.
some personality traits or those that neurotic people, they use their phone as a comfort. So this discussion actually opened my eyes. The practical skills you can adopt, putting boundaries. So I appreciate it. I would like
Thank
to
you.
share it to others too.
Yes, yes. Feel contact me if you want to give this a talk. We can train you, all of you guys, to and rehearse, and then you guys can give this talk to. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people need to hear this. So give this talk in your community, wherever you are. Give this talk in a school. Give this talk in a college. Give this talk in a hospital. We can prepare you guys, because you are fellows, and we really want you to start giving talks in future. One of this talk, if you're interested, I'll share the presentation, and we'll go through, and you go and give these talks. Because see, we have to start talking about it. Discussion, you know the result, we just do our actions, which we know is correct. We know this is correct, right? This is not rocket science, guys. We know it's wrong, but we are trapped in it, right? They have created it this way that we are trapped in it, you know. So but who will stop us? or who will help us come out of this trap? Education. If we are educated about it, then only we can think about it, take action, or suggest some things to somebody. Right now, we are hopeless with our kids and anybody, or even with ourselves. We are hopeless. We don't have any strategy. The meal time. At least, Crystal, you can have your kids do like mealtime things, like when your mealtime, no phone, sleep time, you know, and don't use it for relief. Find the other 10 things they can do.
Mm.
Time when you don't do nothing. Those kind of things are very powerful. Thank you, Upendo, for your feedback. Susan, you want to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say that I'm so much grateful for this lecture because it's a part of my thesis, my MSc, internet addiction and personality traits. So I appreciate the practical solution you have given to us. Though I didn't go detail of the practical solution, I only specialize on the personality aspects that affect the internet addiction. But today you have given us another overview, the practical strategies we can apply in
Yes.
even in ourselves, our children, our spouse, and general well-being. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you. So just understand that preventive mental health education is about preventive strategies, measures that we are already doing. I did not tell you anything that was not there, right? But I brought it together, right? I brought it together and I talked about it and we discussed it. And that is why it's important. So Abhilasha asked a very important question, that that sense of relief through reward, like dopamine. How can we deal with the sense of immediate reward, and how do we control immediate reward? Yeah, brain is learning for immediate reward. Anything that goes immediate reward, like alcohol gives immediate reward, all these drugs becomes addicted. Phone is giving
Yes.
immediate rewards. Anything that gives you immediately reward, your brain learns and start craving for it. That's how the addiction works. It start give you craving, urges, and later you will just become so dependent on it. So if you are having urges, craving, that you are all dependent. I'm telling you, how do you diagnose a dependence disorder? Alcohol dependence, cocaine dependence. How do you diagnose that? When you have physical withdrawal or psychological withdrawal, when you don't use alcohol, cocaine, when you have cravings, urges, when it disrupts your life, then you're dependent.
Yes,
So
sir.
if that is happening with the phone, then you're going towards it. Yes. Who was talking?
Sir, me only.
Abhilasha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. What's your question?
Sir, I have also seen there is one internet addiction scale. So,
Hmm.
with that, can we do the screening among the students or in the community?
Yes, definitely. Use all the scales, but don't just stop there. Go further
Yes.
and give this kind of a talk where they understand how to get rid of it. What is the replacement of it? Because if that is not given now, it's just stuck there, right?
Yes, I would like to share on 20th. I gave a talk on technology addiction.
Yeah, sure. Just get in touch on WhatsApp and we can figure that out. And so I just totally forgot what I was gonna say. Yes, so thank you everyone for coming today. And I hope our teenagers, and I want to actually recognize today and acknowledge our teenagers, Mayuri Singh and Samayan.
Smayan.
So I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
How do you say
No,
your
no,
name?
no problem. Smayan.
Is Samayan.
So, Smyan, so Smayan.
Samayan. Oh my God.
It's okay, sir.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But
No problem.
Samayan, how old are you?
14.
Okay, guys, just imagine a 14-year-old so motivated and she has joined our teen fellowship. So, like, I know I at least 14, 15 of people over here in this group is doing adult fellowship, but we have a teen fellow also. Any teen you know in your friends or relationship, college, wherever, introduce the teen fellowship. Just
Yes.
imagine they are learning all those 11 skills and all these other talks, practicing it, and they're ready to share with others.
Yes.
Mayuri is also our teen fellow. Mayuri, are you there? I think she's not here. Very good. No problem. Okay, guys. So with that, if you don't have any question, I'll close the call, close this session. Last time I want to ask, actually, I want to talk Nisha. Nisha, how are you?
Hello, Dr. Dubey. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
I know you joined a little bit late. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I'm joining from PST. Sorry. Yeah, I'll catch up you later,
Yeah,
obviously.
you will get we'll get you a summary also of the whole talk. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, can a
Yes.
validated tool be shared with us
Which
so
tool
that
you're talking about?
the tool for the usage of smartphones to see whether uh, they are overusing it for the students, graduation students? Any
Uh,
scale is
the
available, sir?
scale. Yeah, Abhilasha has the Abhilasha, can you share that scale in the group?
Yes, I will share the picture
Okay.
I have. It is internet addiction scale.
Yeah, just share the
Okay,
link.
internet editions.
Share that
Okay.
link. Okay. Is it a validated
Yes,
scale?
that I need to check. I'll see.
Okay. Check. And Aisha, are you there? Aisha, can you check any validated scales and share in the group? Okay, I think Aisha is mute. Okay, yes, we will do that. Thank you for asking questions and having curiosity and interest. And that's how we can continue to keep this fellowship going and learn from each other. Very important, guys. We are globally from all over. You just talked to Saman. She's sitting in Dubai right now. We have from America, UAE, India, Pakistan. We are from everywhere. And Africa, Nigeria. So Abhilasha did share a screen here. Sorry, a picture. Please, guys, you can download it from the chat bot, chat screen, and we'll also share it in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So learn from each other. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Namaste.